Hi, welcome to week 2 of Intro to Business. This week we'll be covering the remainder of Chapter 1 and finishing the week off with a test on Chapter 1. This is the first of 5 tests in this course. It is only covering a single chapter and will be the easiest of the tests. The next test will cover 2 chapters, the next 2 will cover 3, and your final test will cover 4 chapters. I am slowly ramping up the pace of instruction to help you acclimate to the college environment. So this course is designed to cover various aspects of business on a weekly basis. This week, we're taking a look at economics and economic systems. This includes the allocation of resources, supply and demand, economic systems, and competition. As you progress into your business program here, BUS100 macroeconomics and BUS215 microeconomics tie closely into this week's material. So, what is economics? Economics is the study of how resources are distributed for the production of goods and services within a social system. An economic system, then, describes how a particular society distributes those resources. So, there's a key word between those two terms, and that's resources. What are these resources they're talking about? Well, those resources are natural resources, air, water, land, trees, minerals. There's also human resources, which are people, labor, technical resources and technology, entrepreneurial resources, and financial resources, to name a few. Additionally, you'll see in this chapter what we call economic systems. You can see it as almost a sliding scale, where on one end of the scale we have planned economies, and the opposite end of the scale we have the free market. Now, a planned economy, if you think about North Korea, a totally totalitarian state, dictatorial, it's controlled, right? Controlled and planned. The government makes all decisions about how, where, why, when, and for what resources are used, right? There is no human involvement there, no involvement of the people, no ownership of the people, no people having entrepreneurial businesses or anything like that. On the far opposite end of the spectrum, we have free market economy. The free market economy would be indicated by an economy where there's absolutely no government intervention whatsoever. Now, a free market in its truest sense does not exist, right? The government has its reaches everywhere. The second part of this week, we're learning about supply and demand. The basics are that for most products, the more it costs, the less you want to buy as a consumer. If you think about a food item, we'll say a pizza. For the most general part, the basics of this is saying, the more that pizza costs, the less you'll buy. If that pizza was free, you'd take the maximum amount that was possible, because it costs you nothing. If that pizza is $10, say maybe you'll buy 2 pizzas for dinner. If that pizza is going to cost you $50, you probably won't buy any pizzas for dinner because it's too expensive and out of your price range. Now, as a producer, the more it costs, or the more you can sell it for, the more you want to produce. So if you can sell a pizza for $0, you want to produce 0 because you'll make no money on it. At some point, you hit your break-even point. So maybe it costs you $5 to make a pizza. So say it's $5, you're willing to start making a pizza. At $10, you're willing to make it more. If you can sell them for $20, you're willing to make as many as you can. And so you will have a line that will increase as the price goes up. Now, we can actually graph these functions on a Cartesian coordinate systems, right, an x and a y. And the point where the two lines cross is what we call the equilibrium point. It's where they're equal. And this point is the optimal price and production so that everyone meets a maximum benefit. And then finally this week we'll talk about how do economists measure the health of an economic system. Now, you probably hear about this a lot in the news, and this is where we're going to focus a lot of our time for the assignment for the week. Excuse me. So For your assignment this week, I'm going to put out some economic indicators, and I want you to take the time to research them. Find me the most current numbers. Tell me where you got those numbers from. Tell me what those numbers mean. And this is also a part of introducing you to the concept of economic health, as well as learning how to do citations. Citations and citing sources are an imperative as you go through your academic career. Finally, I'll be asking you in part of that assignment to look at economic indicators and how they might impact or affect various businesses. If an economic indicator goes up or if an economic indicator goes down, how can it affect a local business? How can it affect a large business? All right, I'm asking you to take what you've learned and expand upon that and think critically about how it actually affects businesses. If you have any questions or concerns this week, please feel free to email me or request office hours in my virtual office. Have a great week.